Are you really tight in your hips and inner thighs? Do you find it difficult, say if you're going to do hoedowns, to get that leg to come out and back a little bit? If that's your issue, I am so excited because I have a great series of hip rotator releases going to release your inner thighs and at the outer hip. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm Renee McLaughlin. I'm a master t-tapp trainer and a somatic movement educator, and I can't wait to share these with you. But before I do, go on down, subscribe to my channel, ding the bell so you get notifications when I upload all these great videos that help you feel fit and fabulous. Now, before we get started, what I always find is really helpful is just test to see where your range of motion is right now before you do these beautiful releases. So especially if you're a t-tapper, you know the hoedown move. If no, just follow along. All we do, and I'll only do one series of 4, just so you get a sense of what you're feeling in your body. So you just lift 4 times, 3 and 4. Then we go to the side. Our standing knee is bent. And the idea is that we're opening up at the hip, and ideally, that leg comes back a little behind your shoulder. So in order to have that happen, you have to be able to open without making the whole hip go. So you have to open up in the inner hip flexors and on the outer. These are actually rotators. All right, so you kind of get a sense of what that feels like. Let's go to the front, 2, 3, 4, and the side. So it's really in the side. I see so many people, they can barely lift that leg, and they absolutely cannot turn it back at all. So tight. And why would that be? Well, because we're sitting all the time. So let's get started. You need to go down to the floor. These are seated flows, we call them. Coming on down, rolling on down. So one of the things that I really want to mention is that these are releases. They are not stretches. So it's required that you do them very slowly. So just follow me along with this video when you go to do them, and don't go too fast or you'll lose the juice. All right, you ready? Let's get started. So you're going to bring your feet up, bent, hip width apart. And you're going to take, I'm going to begin with this leg, which is my right leg. I'm going to put that foot right next to the other foot, which actually brings that leg in to about the center of your body. And all you're going to do is begin to slowly open it about 2/3 of the way down, and you're going to just pause, stop there. Take that same side arm and just put it right here in the groin, in the reflexes. This way, you can feel what muscles are contracting and releasing. All right, so from there, you're going to bring that leg back up about 2 inches. And just pause. And now you're going to slowly release it down about 3 inches and pause. Good. Bring them back up maybe 1 inch or 2. Pause. Super slowly release down again about 3 inches. So notice you're getting a little bit lower. It's super slow. And then feel the muscle engage as you bring it up a couple inches. Pause, and let it go down. Again, feel what muscles are engaging and disengaging to have you do this. And so I'm going to go down to right about there. Now I'm not all the way on the ground, but you do it about 3, maybe 4 times. And then just allow that leg to open completely out. And then slide it down. And notice what you feel on the inner thigh. It's really nice to draw both of them down and just see if one feels, the one you just worked, a little more open and rolled out than the other one. It's absolutely amazing. All right, so you get this felt sense. The brain loves contrast. That's why we do the hoedown first standing. So again, you get the sense of before the move and then after. All right, let's bring the legs back up. The other leg comes in, foot next to that foot. This is an easy one to learn. And then just super slowly open it out about 2/3 and pause. Putting the hand in here. Good. Raise it up about 2 inches and pause. These are also super good to do with your eyes closed, so you can really go inside and sense what's happening. Let's open it back down about 3 inches. Again, go really slowly and pause. And then bring it up about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Pause. And slowly allow it to drop down about 3 inches. And pause. Now, you might find that it gets a little choppy. You can't keep it smooth. In that case, slow it down even more. That's just showing you that it's a place where we call what's called sensory motor amnesia, where the brain is just kind of offline, which is why you're shaking, and you're bringing it back online by doing this. Let's one more time lift that knee up a little bit. Pause. And super slowly open it out about 3 inches. You'll notice that you will probably get choppy, especially as you get closer to the floor. So then you just slow it down even more. I'm going to go one more time. I'm going to bring it up about 1 inch, and I'm going to super slowly, because I'm shaking, so that's why I'm going to do one more to really see if I can smooth it out. And then I'm going to pause. I'm not quite to the floor. You can't really see it, but I'm not. And then I'm just going to allow that leg to go right out to the side. And then I'm going to slide it down, slide the other one, and just feel how much more open you are in those inner rotators. The legs just like open. It's so beautiful. You can really feel this. All right, that's inner rotators. Now we're going to do the outside rotators, bringing the legs back up. All right, so I'm going to take my right leg and I'm going to cross it over my left right at the knee. And I'm going to then take my left arm and I'm going to bring it on the ground above. Now, if you have shoulder issues, you can drop the arm towards that are comfortable. So we're going to do essentially the same thing. Since my top leg is up, it acts as a weight. So you're just going to allow that leg to bring the other one down about just a couple inches and pause there. And then you're going to bring those legs up about 2 inches and pause. And then super slowly release them down about 3 inches and pause. Good. Noticing what muscles you're feeling as this is happening. What muscle does it take, or muscles, to bring the legs back up about 1 inch and then back down about 2 to 3 inches and pause. This one's so hard to not just allow yourself to go into a deep stretch, because that stretch feels really good, but really don't. You'll get much more lasting result if you don't do that. Let's just go one more time, bringing it up a couple inches and slowly release it down about 3 inches. And just again, notice. So the more that it opens, the more you're going to lengthen here. With that arm up, you're going to feel it all the way up your side. It feels so good. Now you're going to have to use your abs, pull the abs in to bring those legs back up. And let's switch sides, up and over. This time the left leg is on top. The right arm goes up. And since that's the weight, you're going to bring those legs over to the left. Let's just take them down a couple inches and we'll pause. Bring them up about 2 inches and pause. Super slowly let it drop down just a couple inches and pause. And then bring them back up a couple inches. And super slowly. It's hard to go slow, isn't it? Always, when you're doing movement, the slower you go, the harder it can be. Kind of contrary to intuition, right? Intuitively, we feel like the slower should be not so much. But in reality, especially if you're working muscles, it's going to be almost harder because you have no momentum. And let's just bring it up about 1 inch. And super slowly, I'm going to go down just a little bit. And for me, that's just a beautiful place where I can just feel the lengthening and the strengthening, and then bring it back up. Uncross those legs, roll over onto your side, and let's stand back up again and try those hoe downs, just 4 sets to each side, and notice how much more range of motion and how much easier it is to get out. So let's start with this leg again, 4 front. 1, 2, 3, for side. 1. Oh my goodness, it's just amazing how much better that is. Let's go to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and side. 2. Now when you do these, you don't want this knee to come in because that's just allowing the whole hip to drop. So you want to keep that hip forward as you see how it feels to open and see if you can go a little higher and maybe a little further back in that leg. So I hope that you use these hip rotator openers. They're releases. They're so beautiful. And just do them. You can do them daily. Do them before you do your t-tapp or any other workout, and just notice how much better you feel. The more repetitions you do, the more that lengthening and opening will remain, and that will then become your new normal. Thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed this. Try it. Come down and comment, and I will see you soon for another video to help you look and feel fit and fabulous.